Imagine growing up in a small house with very little money. Imagine waking up before the sun rises to help your family survive. Most people would think a child like that could never change the world. But this boy did. He became one of India's greatest scientists, inspired millions of students, and later became the President of India. His name was Abdul Kalam, and his story proves that dreams have no limits. Abdul Kalam was born on October 15, 1931, in the peaceful island town of Rameswaram in southern India. His family was not wealthy. His father owned a small boat that carried pilgrims across the sea, while his mother took care of the family and often shared food with neighbors. They lived a simple life filled with honesty, faith, and kindness. When Abdul Kalam was still a young boy, his family faced financial difficulties. To help them, he woke up before dawn every morning to deliver newspapers around the town. After finishing his work, he hurried to school. While many children were still asleep, Kalam had already completed part of his day's responsibilities. Although he worked every day, Abdul Kalam never allowed poverty to stop his education. He loved reading books and asking questions. Science fascinated him. He wanted to understand how birds flew, how machines worked, and why the stars filled the night sky. Every new lesson made his curiosity even stronger. One day, a science teacher explained how birds fly. Instead of simply reading from a textbook, the teacher encouraged students to observe nature carefully. That lesson changed young Kalam forever. Watching birds soar through the sky inspired him to dream of building aircraft and rockets someday. As Abdul Kalam grew older, he realized he needed a better education than his hometown could offer. Leaving his family was not easy, but he knew that education was the key to a better future. Carrying only a few belongings and many hopes, he traveled away from home to continue his studies. After studying physics, Abdul Kalam entered the Madras Institute of Technology to study aerospace engineering. The work was difficult, and the expectations were high. Sometimes he doubted himself, but instead of giving up, he worked harder. Long nights became normal as he studied aircraft design and engineering. After graduation, Abdul Kalam joined India's growing scientific community. He worked with talented engineers who dreamed of building rockets and satellites for their country. It was a challenging time because India had limited technology and resources, but the young scientist believed determination could overcome any obstacle. Kalam became an important member of India's space research program. Together with his team, he helped develop launch vehicles capable of sending satellites into space. Every successful launch represented years of hard work, failure, learning, and determination. Slowly, India's space program began earning international respect. Later, Abdul Kalam led important missile development projects that strengthened India's defense capabilities. His leadership, technical knowledge, and dedication earned him the nickname the Missile Man of India. Yet despite his achievements, he remained humble and always gave credit to the teams who worked beside him. As his accomplishments grew, so did the nation's admiration. Abdul Kalam received many of India's highest civilian awards. However, he cared less about medals than about inspiring young people. He believed the greatest reward was seeing students develop confidence in themselves. In 2002, Abdul Kalam became the 11th President of India. Unlike many political leaders, he came from a scientific background rather than a political one. His honesty, humility, and genuine care for ordinary people made him one of the country's most beloved presidents. Children especially admired Abdul Kalam because he loved meeting students. Wherever he traveled, schools welcomed him warmly. Instead of delivering long political speeches, he encouraged young people to ask questions, think creatively, and believe in their dreams. He often reminded them that great nations are built by educated and determined citizens. Even after becoming president, Abdul Kalam lived simply. He owned very few personal possessions and remained focused on serving others. Fame never changed his character. Friends and colleagues remembered him as kind, respectful, hardworking, and deeply committed to helping his country progress. One of Abdul Kalam's most famous messages was simple: dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action. He believed every child, regardless of background, could achieve extraordinary things through education, discipline, and perseverance. On July 27, 2015, Abdul Kalam traveled to a university to speak with students. Even in his 80s, he continued teaching because he believed education could change lives. While giving his lecture, he suddenly collapsed. He passed away doing exactly what he loved most, sharing knowledge with young people. News of his death spread quickly across India and around the world. Millions mourned the loss of a scientist, teacher, leader, and role model. People remembered not only his achievements but also his humility and kindness. Today, Abdul Kalam's books, speeches, and ideas continue inspiring millions of students. Schools, universities, and scientific institutions honor his memory. His life reminds us that success is built through honesty, hard work, curiosity, and determination, not wealth or privilege. Abdul Kalam's journey teaches us that difficult beginnings do not define our future. A child who once delivered newspapers became a world-famous scientist because he refused to stop learning. Every challenge became another step toward his dream. From the quiet streets of Rameswaram to the highest office in India, Abdul Kalam proved that knowledge is one of the greatest powers a person can possess. His life continues to inspire people across generations, reminding us that no dream is too big when it is supported by hard work, courage, and hope. Let's review 7 useful English words from Abdul Kalam's inspiring story. Number 1. Humble. Humble means not proud, even after achieving great success. Abdul Kalam remained humble throughout his life. Number 2. Perseverance. Perseverance means continuing to work hard even when life is difficult. His perseverance helped him overcome many challenges. Number 3. Curiosity. Curiosity is a strong desire to learn or discover new things. Kalam's curiosity inspired him to explore science and technology. Number 4. Aerospace. Aerospace is the science and engineering of aircraft and spacecraft. Abdul Kalam studied aerospace engineering before becoming a famous scientist. Number 5. Legacy. Legacy is something important that a person leaves behind. Abdul Kalam's legacy continues to inspire millions around the world. Number 6. Determination. Determination means never giving up until you reach your goal. His determination turned impossible dreams into reality. And number 7. Inspiration. Inspiration is someone or something that encourages others to do great things. Abdul Kalam remains an inspiration to people of all ages. Now it's your turn. Try using these 7 words in your own sentences. The more you practice, the more confident your English will become. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning English through this inspiring true story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for another remarkable journey through history. See you in our next inspiring story on Storyverse English.